My teacher gave us our exam and told us that to get an A, all we had to do was nothing. Mr. Samuels walked into our final of AP Psychology with nothing in his hands. Put everything away, he instructed. We did as he asked. The instructions are simple, he started. Stay in your seat. Keep your eyes forward. No matter what you see or hear for the next 50 minutes. Do that and you pass. Leave your seat for any reason, you fail. Someone laughed. That's it. This was too easy. Mr. Samuels hit play on his laptop. A horror clip started on the projector. Jump scares, screaming, gore. Some people flinched. A few laughed nervously. Eyes forward, he reminded us. Then the classroom door opened. A girl walked in. Sophie. She transferred in a few months ago. Quiet, kept to herself. Missed class a lot. You're late, Mr. Samuels said. I'm sorry. My mom's car. I don't care about your excuses. I never have. His voice was different now. Cold. Do you know what your problem is, Sophie? He said that completely unprompted. You think if you look sad enough, I will let you get away with not coming to class. Sophie's voice was small. That's not true. I've seen your transcripts. Samuels cut her off. D's and F's everywhere. You're lazy. But boo-hoo. You cut yourself last year, so you expect the world to feel sorry for you. A kid named Jake leaned back in his chair and whispered to his friend, Dude, easiest A ever. We literally just have to watch. Sophie swallowed. I try really hard. You try really hard. Mr. Samuels laughed. Is that what you tell your mother when she comes home exhausted from working 60-hour weeks because of you? Mr. Samuels, come on, Billy said from his seat. This is messed up. Then leave Billy. Door's right there. Of course you'll fail. Billy shifted in his seat, looked down at his desk, stayed. Sophie's eyes were wet now. Please stop. Stop what? Stop the truth? That your father walked out when you were 12 because of you. Stop, Sophie begged. Please stop. You know what your mother told the school counselor last month? Samuels continued. She said she wishes she never had you. She wouldn't say that. She did. I've seen the report. Jake nudged his friend again. Bro, she's actually crying. This is wild. No. Sophie's voice was barely a whisper. No. Brianna, the girl who sat front row every day and never missed an assignment, kept her eyes locked straight ahead, hands folded, face blank, following the rules perfectly. You're a burden, Sophie. To your mother, to your brother, to everyone. Sophie backed into the wall. You're worthless. Completely worthless. She slid down to the floor, but Mr. Samuels kept going. He walked over and started looming over her. He talked about her lack of friends, her future, how she'd end up like her mother, broken and alone and addicted to drugs, how nobody here even cared that he was doing this to her. Sophie had stopped responding. She was just crying, hyperventilating on the floor. Get up, Mr. Samuels said. She couldn't. I said get up. He grabbed her arm and yanked. Somebody should do something, Emma whispered through her tears. But she didn't move. Not me, Jake muttered. I need this grade. Kane kept his eyes forward. Brianna didn't even blink. Mr. Samuels dropped Sophie back down. Then he walked to his desk, sat down, started grading papers like nothing was happening. Sophie stayed on the floor, alone. Her sobs echoed through the silent room. Then suddenly, Karina slammed her hands on the desk. What is wrong with all of you? She stood up, looked around at every one of us. She's on the floor, and you're all just sitting there. Jake rolled his eyes, but nobody answered. Karina walked to Sophie. She knelt down, wrapped her arms around her, and helped Sophie to her feet. Sophie could barely walk. You just failed my exam, Samuels yelled. Karina spun around. Her face was red and wet. Then fail me. You think a grade matters more than a person? She looked at us, at Jake still leaning back in his chair, at Brianna with her hands still folded. You're all pathetic, every one of you. The door slammed behind her. We sat in silence for the remaining 32 minutes. The bell rang. Nobody packed up. We just sat there. Mr. Samuels walked to the front. You're all probably wondering the same thing. What the hell just happened? He cleared his throat. 20 years ago, I lived in an apartment in Bridgeport. Every night I heard a man screaming at his son. I heard things breaking and the little boy crying. The room was silent. I told myself it wasn't my business. Told myself I didn't want to get involved. He paused. One night, the screaming stopped mid-sentence. Next morning, an ambulance came. That little boy had been thrown into a wall. He survived, but he has severe brain damage. He's 28 now and will never speak again. His voice cracked. I heard it happening every night for 6 months. I could have done something, but I didn't want to get involved. He looked at us. Today, a girl collapsed on this floor, crying, hyperventilating, begging me to stop, and you watched. We thought it was fake, Billy said quietly. Did you? Or did you hope it was because that was easier? Jake wasn't leaning back anymore. Some of you told yourselves it wasn't real. Some of you told yourselves a grade mattered more. Some of you just enjoyed the show. He stared at Jake when he said that. Nobody looked at him. Karina is the only one who passed. He walked toward the door. And Sophie is fine. She's a theater student I paid to be here. She's been coming to class for 3 months, so you'd believe she was real.